What's going on, guys? So today I am out here at Ron Hoover RV and Marine, and we are going to take a look at an incredibly different floor plan, one that you've never seen on my channel before, and it's from the folks from Heartland. It's the Milestone, and this specific Milestone has a very, very unique interior floor plan to it, and again, one you've probably never seen. So let's take a closer look at this. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so let's start by taking a look at the numbers on this unit. So this has a gross vehicle weight rating of 15,500 pounds. It's relatively light for its size. It's got a cargo capacity of 2,440 pounds. That's also interesting because, you know, you take that off of here and you're looking at a dry weight that's not terribly high compared to the overall size of this specific fifth wheel. This rides on twin 7,000 pound axles and it has 16-inch F-rated tires. All right, so not a bad setup considering the weight of this unit, especially when it's dry. But keep in mind, this is a very, very long fifth wheel. It actually sticks out further than any of these other fifth wheels around me. So let's take a closer look at the interior of this unit. Then we're gonna hop back out and take a look at the outside. I can tell right off the bat, this has the ground control leveling, which is the square leg electric leveling. Rotaflex Pin Box up front. Does not ride on a drop frame. All right, heading up the Moride step above steps into this 370 FLMB. Again, this is a Heartland Milestone unit. Asdel sidewalls, always like when I see that. This has a friction hinge door, which I like. And the dry weight on this unit is 13,012 pounds. Keep in mind, that does not include propane or the hitch in the bed of your truck. So the secret about this unit is kind of out because the minute you walk in, it's right in front of you. All right. Close the door so we get rid of some of that noise outside. So this is a, you know, I want to call it kind of a mid bunk, but it's kind of like a mid rear bunk unit with a loft above it. And it gives you this right when you walk in the door. So when you look over to this way, you can see it's a front living room, mid kitchen, kind of a mid-rear bunkhouse with this really cool barn-style door that closes it all off, and then a rear bedroom. This is super cool. This is so unique. I have never seen this type of a floor plan in an RV ever. And check it out. So first of all, you have two bunks right here. They're good-sized bunks. You know, this is typical to what you might see in a RV that does not have any slides for its bunkhouse. And they've done a really good job with space in here. Plus you have a nice closet here, and this closet space is your space for your washer and dryer because you have your connections over here. Now keep in mind, by having this here, if you do have a washer and dryer, it's going to take away from wardrobe space for this area. But that may not be the biggest concern for you. So if you can do without a washer and dryer in here, then you really have quite a bit of space for storage. So it's just, again, it's a trade-off. You know, RVs are all about compromise in terms of floor space. And then when you close off this enormous barn-style door, which is probably 4 feet long, it gives privacy. But check that out. That is so cool. Such a different design. And then you have a loft above, which we'll take a look at here in a second. But let's work our way from the front to the back and see what this thing is all about. First of all, there's no carpet in this unit. There is a little bit of that rug-style, kind of a tweed material underneath the slides right there. But no carpet. You have two love seats. These are certainly love seats. So these are not sofa kind of love seat combinations. These are absolutely love seats. They are relatively narrow. Two adults would be comfortable. Anything more than that probably wouldn't fit well. These both fold out into opposing beds, so you can fold these out because you do have the opposing slides right here. Up front, it looks like it's a 50-inch TV. You have your panoramic fireplace right here, plus some storage over here. Cabinet storage on each side, and some lower cabinet storage down here. This is a really cool little shelf area they put here. You can certainly fit a lot of stuff in there if you want to. Back this way, this is going to be your theater seating. These are both going to recline. They are not power recline. Down here you're going to have a little pull that you use to extend these out. Up top, everything is, you know, kind of, I'm going to say a little plain. It's little boring in a sense that, you know, maybe they could have used contrasting, you know, batten strips up here, maybe the same color as the trimmer on the edge, maybe gone with just a little bit more decorative crown molding around it. Not bad, though. I liked on a Montana that I reviewed where it had the black covers right here. It really made it pop and stand out, even though, you know, the air conditioner is sometimes one of those things that you do want to blend in. I felt that it actually added a little pizzazz to the interior. Coming back this way, you can see that they've kind of gone with that dual contrast look. You have this shelving system right here, which is a really nice light color, and then you have that mid-tone colors going around the slides right here. Same over here, and a little bit darker tones with the chairs and the dinette. And then back to that mid-tone color right here. Nice light colored solid surface countertops. You have some more storage right here. Nice wireless charger. Everyone's kind of moving that way. I personally can't because I use magnetic plates on the back of my phones, and unfortunately, if you want a good magnetic plate, that wireless charger is not going to work with it. You have this Furrion 4-door refrigerator. Beautiful looking refrigerator. I don't know much about it in terms of functionality. If you have this fridge in your RV, please leave a comment below. I'd love to know what you think about this refrigerator, because it's really fancy looking. Looks nice. Looks like it would be a magnet for fingerprints, but you know, I'd love to know how it works for the people who use it. Nice cabinet storage right here. A lot of storage underneath the sink. I love how the cabinets are much higher up. It allows you to put taller garbage cans underneath here if you want. More storage right here. Probably another spot for a garbage can. This is nice. This is a kind of an RV grade faucet, but it looks really nice. And it does have a sprayer right here. Nice single basin, very large, open stainless steel sink. You have your 3-burner Furrion stove oven combination. You have some drawers right here. High Point microwave, same microwave that we have in our fifth wheel. It's a good microwave. It actually works really well. And then right here, this is kind of interesting. So this is how you would get up to the loft area. They put the ladder actually attached to the door, and it's inset inside of the door. So you may not be able to see it, but it's probably about 2 inches right here. But on the outside, what's exposed is only about 1 inch. So it's actually built into this door. I don't necessarily know how I feel about that because I don't know how strong this door normally is supposed to be. They put a really long piano style hinge right here for the door to open on, so it should be strong enough. Nice pantry space. Be careful that you are not opening the pantry while you have a kiddo trying to climb up to the loft. But you know what? Let's test it out a little bit. Okay, 300-pound max. I'm certainly under that. Nice size loft up top. It's actually a really nice loft. It'd be nice if they put a pillow or something right here, because the minute you get up here, your knees are going to kind of rest on this and it's going to hurt. So even if it's not a pad, maybe, or at least a mattress pad like that, maybe a thinner pad, something that might make it a little bit softer for folks getting up there. All right. Works really well in terms of how it locks back in place. Cabinetry down here. You have a small little area here. I suppose you could put your coffee maker right here if you wanted, but it would take up a lot of space there. It's probably better if it were right there, but there's no charging, or there's no plug-in for it right there. So you have your plug here. If you put it maybe this way, you might have enough room, but you're definitely going to want to secure it if you travel. More cabinets up top. You have some space up there for something, maybe some decorative flowers, something you might want to put up there. Again, the mid-rear bunk. Got some USB ports here. You have these cool lights that you can press the button in the middle when there's power going to it. On this side, again, your wardrobe with washer and dryer connections. And what I don't see in here, which, you know, might be a bit of a challenge for some folks, is there's no TV connections. Now, I know for adults it may not be that big of a deal, but for kids, you have to find a way to entertain them sometimes, especially if it's raining outside. You need to put something on. Now, this is kind of interesting. So the door opens with just a 1/4 inch of gap between it and when this barn door is open. So very good measuring on Heartland's part there. Looking in the bathroom here in the back, medicine cabinet. It has a 1-piece shower stall system. This is by Frontline. Very, very tall. Not tremendously huge space in here. It's probably 2 feet by 2.5 feet. So it's a relatively small shower, but what you have to keep in mind is with all the stuff they've put in this unit in terms of the bunk, the front living room, the kitchen, these are all features that are typically on larger units that don't have a bunkhouse. So by giving you all of this plus a bunkhouse, plus look how far away I am from the very front. I mean, this is a significant distance. You know, you have to compromise in some areas, and this is one of those areas. Nice small basin sink, which I can appreciate. It's plastic, solid surface countertop, and this is real solid surface. So this is like a Corian material. It's not that laminated material. Porcelain foot flush toilet. Have about, I'm going to say maybe 1.5 feet, maybe a little bit more of space in front of the toilet. So keep that in mind whenever you determine if you can fit in there. Then they put these strips here. This is purely decorative, so these don't actually function for anything. And it's probably just to give you that barn style feel, since they're giving you the barn door here. That's what I'm guessing. Coming into the bedroom in the back. King size bed. So this is another area that's really nice about this unit, considering its size. Incredible ceiling heights in here. You have a lot of wardrobe storage over here. Drawers down here. But the fact that they give you a king-size bed in a unit this large with this many, you know, spaces inside is pretty amazing, to be honest. A lot of room under the bed, too. That is a tremendous amount of storage. Mattress is really, really thin. It's probably a 6-inch, maybe 8-inch thick mattress. But just keep in mind that the heavier the mattress, the harder this is going to be to keep up, and these strut arms may not normally support the weight of like a really heavy mattress up here. Over here, you got some wardrobe space. You got 4 drawers. A lot of wardrobe space, actually. More over here. And then you have this cabinet that kind of lunges out right here. And the reason for that is when this slide right here is in, this is on top of the mattress right here. Keep in mind, every time you have an RV with slides, you can't just factor what the RV is like when everything's open. You have to imagine why they did things. And oftentimes it's based on the RV slides being closed for traveling. I like that they have blackout blinds on here as well. Here's your thermostat control. This has GE air conditioning systems. It has 2 of them. This unit would probably benefit from having 3 ACs. It really would. But check out this window too. This is a huge window. It's probably 5 feet long by 3 feet tall. Absolutely enormous window. All right, let's hop outside and take a look at this thing from the outside. Okay, so first of all, this unit's going to have an MSRP of $94,890. The sale price on it, I'm sure, is going to be significantly less than that, so definitely give them a call out here at Ron Hoover in Corpus if you're interested in this unit. Starting from the front, this does have the Rotaflex Pin Box from LCI. Basically, it's this big 1-inch thick rubber bushing that this rocks on, helps reduce some of the chucking and road vibration that might normally transfer from the truck to the fifth wheel or the fifth wheel to the truck. Stepping back, it looks like it utilizes the Rhino frame, but it's hard to say from up here, but I believe it does just by looking at the mount for the front pin box. Again, it has the ground control electric leveling system. Here's going to be one of your propane tanks. 30-pound propane tank, which I really like. A 30-pound propane tank actually weighs closer to 55 pounds when it's full of propane. It's just 30 pounds of material. Again, it does not have a drop frame, so you still have a pretty good size storage up here. Basement storage isn't bad at all. And it rides on a 12-inch I-beam frame, so it's a good setup. Rack and pinion slide back here. Kind of thin baggage doors. They're not terribly thin, but they're a bit dense, so they'll probably be fine. I would have preferred something a little bit thicker in terms of baggage doors. Rack and pinion slide up front. This is going to be one of those opposing living room slides. Coming back. Here's your center ground control leveling leg. This does not have a upgraded equalizer in the center. It uses Rainier ST tires. These are 235/85/16s. I would recommend changing these tires out, relatively soon, probably a couple thousand miles at most. I've seen Rainier tires on a lot of cargo trailers and they seem to hold up okay. If you use Rainier tires and you've had a good experience or a bad experience, please leave a comment below. Reinforced shackle hangers. This is something that Lippert, I believe, is starting to incorporate on all their frames, at least their heavier frames, which is really nice. Because typically on an RV this size and weight, you wouldn't see those. So that is really cool that Lippert is kind of stepping up and starting to include those. Coming around back, there's no bumper, but there is a 2-inch receiver in the back. There's probably a sewer hose carrier somewhere on this unit. There may not be. I don't really see one at first glance. Has a 2-inch receiver. It is not designed for towing a trailer. There's no light controls, nothing back here. It's just designed for an accessory rack. These look like they're incandescent. So these are incandescent lights. I don't know if that's what they always put on these or if there's a supply shortage or something causing them to use them. It is wired for Furrion wireless backup camera. It does have a walk-on roof with ladder already in place, and it is a full profile unit front to back, so it doesn't dip down in the back like some units do. 50 amp connection right here, rack and pinion slide on this side. Coming around this way, here are all of your sewer connections. Outside of your water heater, another rack and pinion slide. Another Schwintek slide up here, outside of your furnace. And this should be your wet bay. Here is your very compact wet bay. So it's kind of interesting in here because I don't specifically see how you would change the valving for like city and other type of water connections. But I guess it gives you some of your information right here. And then your other 30-pound propane tank will be in there. Anyways, guys, what do you think about this unit? It is absolutely massive. I believe it has 5 or 6 slides. It has 5 slides, 2 on this side, 3 on the other side. Absolutely enormous in terms of overall length, and the fact is it's a full profile unit, so in terms of height, it's also a very tall fifth wheel. You know, in my opinion, the weight generally wouldn't dictate the need for a 1-ton or a dually, but I would absolutely tow this behind a dually simply because of the overall length, height, width, and weight. And you combine all of them together, that's kind of why I would recommend a dually for something like this. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.